In 1965, I was on Robben Island, jailed for life for fighting apartheid, the system that split South Africans by race since 1948, taking away our rights to vote, own land, or move freely. This story, The Gardener's Gift, is about a woman named Ruth, a gardener in a small town near Pretoria, whose flowers and secret work helped our struggle in the 1960s. Her story is about kindness, courage, and keeping hope alive, told so you can feel her heart and connect with her quiet fight. Ruth was a 35-year-old gardener, tending flowers for white families in Pretoria while living in a shack in Atteridgeville township. Her husband, John, was a cleaner, and their daughter, Sindi, 9, loved helping plant seeds. In 1965, after the ANC was banned, Ruth heard about our fight through whispered stories from neighbors. She wasn't a fighter, but she wanted to help. Her garden became a cover for hiding ANC messages buried in soil pots. I heard about people like her in prison, their courage like the 1956 Women's March. Ruth started passing notes for the ANC, hiding them in flower baskets she delivered to town. John helped, pretending to sweep while checking for police. Sindi carried small messages in her hair ribbons, thinking it was a game. One day, Ruth hid a letter with my trial speech, urging resistance, in a rose pot for an ANC contact. Her quiet work reminded me of my days hiding from police in the early 1960s, always staying one step ahead. Police watched townships closely, but Ruth kept her garden bright, fooling them. When an officer stopped her, asking about her flowers, she offered him a daisy, smiling as she hid a note in her basket. He left none the wiser. Her calm was like my wife Winnie's, who kept our cause alive under house arrest. Ruth's flowers fed families too, as she gave extra vegetables to hungry neighbors during strikes. In 1966, Ruth's home became a meeting spot for ANC supporters. She'd serve tea, her garden a backdrop for planning boycotts. Sindi kept watch, singing to warn of police. One night, a raid came, but Ruth buried papers in her garden, telling officers she was just planting. They left and her work continued. On Robben Island, stories of such women reached us through new prisoners, lifting our spirits in the quarry. By 1967, Ruth hid a young ANC fighter, injured in a clash, in her shed. She nursed him with herbs, and John snuck him food. When police searched the township, Sindi led the fighter to a neighbor's house, saving him. Ruth's courage echoed the 1960 Sharpeville protests, where people stood firm. Her garden kept our network alive, passing messages to fighters in hiding. In 1968, police burned her garden, suspecting it hid rebel papers. Ruth rebuilt, planting new seeds with Sindi's help. She said, "They can't kill our hope." Her words were like our prison talks, where we swore to keep going. Sindi, now 12, started helping more, carrying flowers with hidden notes to churches. Ruth's work supported the growing resistance, even as I sat in my cell. By the 1976 Soweto Uprising, Sindi joined student protests, inspired by her mom. Ruth gave flowers to mourners at funerals for killed students, her garden a symbol of defiance. When I was moved to Palsmore in 1982, I heard of gardeners like Ruth. Their quiet acts as vital as our umkhonto, we sees, we plans. Her family kept helping, feeding the township's fight. In 1990, when I was freed, I visited Atteridgeville, meeting Ruth and Sindi. Ruth gave me a rose, saying, "This grew for freedom." As president in 1994, I thought of her when we started community gardens, wanting people like her to thrive. Ruth and Sindi kept their garden, teaching kids to plant and fight for justice. Ruth's flowers were more than beauty carried our struggle. Her courage, like our shared humanity, shows that small acts matter. If you're facing hard times, be like Ruth. Use what you have to help others and keep hope growing. Power to the people.